they found another way to lose again. Yes, indeed, the Cleveland Browns were defeated by the Baltimore Ravens 23-20 in Baltimore again and again and again. And the Browns are 2-5. Let's talk about it.
Here we go, Brownies, here we go. Here we go, Brownies, here we go.
What up, YouTube DAWG Foundation? Thanks for tuning back in. Welcome to the evening rant. As I already said, 2-5. But before we get into all that, and you're new and you're stopping by for the very first time, you want to join the family, join DAWG Foundation, take that time right now. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, and hit that bell. On my way home from work here in the work truck, just wanted to drop another video of another losing game, and it's just getting old. It is getting very, very, very old, and you can't make this up. They have found a different way to lose this football game, and it's crazy because the Cleveland Browns statistically dominated in every phase of this game besides special teams. Alright, special teams killed them, clock management killed them, and penalties killed them. We're going to talk about those penalties in just a minute. But this is a hard game to be crazy upset about. This is a game, if we weren't in the hole we're in right now, I could have swallowed and been, able to deal with it. Because we held Lamar Jackson to only 56 yards rushing, 9 completions. We held Mark Andrews with no catches. He had no receptions at all. And we still lose the football game. Jacoby Brissett turned the ball over. It was very, very costly, deep in our own end. That gave Baltimore 7. It's just, turnovers have really hurt this football team. The penalties have really hurt this football team. When we get behind the chains, it's over. It is over. There's a lot of concerns with this football team. Everything from players at each other's throats, as we've heard in the media after the game. There was screaming and yelling coming from the locker room. And it's at the boiling point. And who knows if the pot has been kicked over yet. They have to win Monday night against the Cincinnati Bengals on Halloween night. They have to win this football game. If they don't win this football game, the season is over. Over. Alright? During this game, I noticed a few players that I truly think they need to be benched. I'm going to start with John Johnson III. The Ravens had the ball at about the 10-yard line, and it was a running play to Gus Edwards, and John Johnson showed no effort whatsoever to make a play. He was the closest player to Gus Edwards as he was pretty much walking into the end zone. He could have made an attempt tackle at about the 6 or 7 yard line. And he could have reached it. He could have reached his arm out and he probably grabbed his jersey. Something. He didn't even do that. There was no effort. He didn't dive. He didn't do nothing. It was unbelievable. Now, if I was Stefanski, I would be benching John Johnson for the next game. Something has to be done. This head coach has to start holding players accountable for this type of shit. And Grant Delpit, he's just terrible. Delpit's just terrible. If I was Cleveland, I would try to trade him to get what you can get for him because he's terrible. In his second year, aka rookie year, he showed a lot of promise towards the end of the season. That's disappeared. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's commitment issues. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know, but he doesn't. He forgot how to tackle. He forgot how to play football. All right. You know, but John Johnson is very, very disappointing, and he's the one that's speaking up in these press conferences saying commitment. And he, by saying that, looks like a complete asshole. If I can't, I'm going to pull that play up for you guys so you guys can take a look at it. It's going to blow your mind. If I can upload it during this video when I edit it, right, it might be playing right now down in this corner. And check that out if I can upload it with this video. As I'm talking, you can take a look. You know, it's crazy. It's mind-blowing, the effort. And who knows how much, you know, because you can't watch every player, every play, every snap. But who knows who else is not giving, you know, their all each snap. All right. And another player that I'm very concerned about, I already mentioned Delpit and Jedrick Wills. I'm not saying trade Jedrick Wills, but he's another one. He is struggling. He's getting blown off the ball. I don't know if it's effort. I don't know what his deal is. Penalties. I mean, he's a top 10 pick. And this guy is just, I don't know. I don't know if it's work ethic. I don't know what it is. But these coaches have got to figure it out. They have to start putting their foot down so these players, like, oh shit, I'm not trying to lose my job. Something's got to happen. Because this football team, it is horrendous. Week in and week out. Week in and week out. You know, I don't know. It's heartbreaking. In no way, shape, or form did I see this football team at 2-5. At this point of the season, I was looking at more or less 400 or 500, right around there, or even with a winning record. You know, it's for us fans do not deserve this product that we're watching on this field. We do not deserve this. The money we as fans spend. I pay a lot of money for the Sunday ticket every week, or, you know, every football season. Going to games. It's, you know, it's crazy what we as fans have to deal with being a Cleveland Browns fan. It's crazy. All right. But, you know, there was a lot of bright sides to this game, too. There was. I feel the defense did play better in a lot of areas. I really do believe that. I don't know if it's us stepping up or if it's Baltimore having their issues, because they've been having their issues as well. All right. Who knows? But Cleveland should have won that football game. They've dominated in every statistic. They, you know, it was ridiculous. They pretty much contained Lamar Jackson all game. They finally figured out how to contain him. And we still can't get it done. Now, for the penalties at the end of the game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm convinced. I am convinced that there's some funny shit with that. Because that little hand slapping between the DB and Mari Cooper, that's typical. That's every play in the NFL with wide receivers and defensive backs. That never gets called. Never. That was a game-winning touchdown that was taken off the board. It's crazy. And then right after that, you got the phantom false start. The phantom false start. Not one Cleveland, but I've watched it 12 times, and I see people on Twitter, you know, I don't know if they're Browns fans or what, but they're saying, oh, this is the reason why they called it. Maybe it wasn't a bad call after all. It wasn't. The one guy on the far left side did move. I think it was Wills. He did move, but it was after the Ravens have already, you know, fell into our offensive line. That's when we moved. All right? And it's already been stated with Charlie Hewitt, our long snapper. He did not move his head. He did not do any of that. Watch it. And nothing out of the ordinary with him snapping the ball or the ball movement. Nothing like that. He didn't flinch. He didn't do none of that. It was unbelievable and should have never been called. Absolute bullshit. It should have been against the Ravens. And I'm not one to take penalties and blame the refs for losing a football game. But that's part of football. We were going down at the end of the game to either win the game with that touchdown pass to Amari Cooper or the field goal that got, pushed back on a bullshit false start. And I think Cade York would have made that. I really do. I think he missed the 60-yarder because of everything that took place. Everything was clustered. We spotted the ball a yard closer. Instead of 7 yards back, we were 6 yards back. And that's a huge difference because you got to get low trajectory on that. When you're kicking that far, that 1 yard makes a hell of a difference. And I don't know if they were confused. I don't know if the coach was telling them to do that, because to try to gain a yard, because there was a little wind factor in that game. And I don't know what they were doing, but everything that took place, just took all the momentum away, trying to kick a 60-yarder in that stadium. And, it was a little windy. You could see the flags moving, all right? So, I can't be really upset about that because that was a bullshit penalty that cost us the game. I'm a firm believer in that. Firm believer, and I never make excuses. But today I am for that because back-to-back bullshit calls. Bullshit calls. But it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think. What does this football... I want to hear you guys in the comments. Please, leave the comments. I want to hear what you guys think. What needs to happen with this football team. Yeah, we probably don't make the playoffs this year, but still, we have to get this on track. We cannot close this year out in a nightmare, all right? We got to... what does this team have to do? Who needs to go? Who needs a pink slip on this football team? Because something needs to happen. Who needs to go? Who needs to be traded? I want to hear it down in the comments below. I'm going to get going, guys. I'm home. Just pulled over to finish this video before I pulled in the drive. I hope everybody has a great rest of their day. And hopefully, we win Monday night. But I'll be back with another video before that takes place. Everybody, God bless, stay safe, and as always, I have to say it, Go Browns!